Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well, and today's subject is about Michael the Archangel. Now, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos discussing Michael, but none of them actually say who he is before he became the Archangel. And I thought it was interesting. I've read a lot of things that discuss who he is and what his role is, and I thought it would be interesting to share so that I can keep a record of that for myself and for anyone else who wants to use it. So a lot of the things that I found are in the Doctrine and Covenants. I know that some people don't believe in those, but I am basing this on all the religious texts that I have read up to date, and that is one of them. So who is Michael the Archangel? Well, in some cases, then it is said that he is the protector, or sort of the general of the army of heaven, the one who will be in charge of defending the world from Satan, and the one who is the protector of humankind. So one of the scripture finds that mentions Michael is Doctrine and Covenants, chapter 78, verse 16. And it says, "Who hath appointed Michael your prince, and established his feet, and set him upon high, and given unto him the keys of salvation, under the counsel and direction of the Holy One, who is without beginning of days, or end of life." So this next one is actually in the book of Daniel. This is Daniel chapter 10, verse 13, and this is Daniel speaking from his point of view. And he says, "But the prince of the kingdom of Persia withstood me 21 days. But lo, Michael, one of the chief princes, came to help me, and I remained there with the kings of Persia." So here it says Michael, one of the chief princes, which suggests that there are probably others. But right now we are focusing on Michael because he is the one that seems to be brought out the most, or he is the most famous of them all, and the chief of them all. So the general, the one in charge of all of them. And archangel literally means the chief of all angels, or above all angels. So what it is that Michael is actually the leader of all the angels. So he probably is the general and the protector of mankind. And in most of the scriptures that do mention Michael, call him a prince, or more specifically, our prince, the prince over the earth. One that says that is still in the book of Daniel, chapter 10, verse 21. And it says, "But I will shew thee that which is noted in the scripture of truth, and there is none that holdeth with me in these things, but Michael your prince." So I thought that was really interesting. One of the things that makes us believe that Michael is the defender, or the general who is in charge of the armies, who will fight against Satan and protect the people that are under him, is brought out in the book of Jude, in the first chapter, verse 9. And it says, "Yet Michael the Archangel, when contending with the devil, he disputed about the body of Moses, and he durst not bring against him a railing accusation, but said, The Lord rebuke thee." This is the King James translation. In the Joseph Smith translation, it's actually worded a bit differently. I don't have a copy of that book with me, but I will try to summarize it. It says that the Lord rebuke thee, for our time is not now. Something along those lines, which means that there will be a time when they fight against each other, or they come together to do battle. But that is not the time, and those things are set to happen at a later date, probably at the end of the world, when Satan is loosed from his prison and all of his angels will come to battle against heaven, and Michael will be the one leading the charge against him. So another example of why Michael is considered to be the defender of the people, or of us, of humans, is found in the book of Revelations, chapter 12, verse 7, and it says, "And there was a war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven." So this is discussing the fall of Satan, when he rebelled against the plan of the Lord. And the plan of the Lord was to allow people to have the freedom of choice, to come down and to choose whether or not to serve him. And Satan's plan, those who are familiar with the scriptures, know that his plan was to force everyone to do what is good, so that he wouldn't lose a single soul. But anything that is done through force won't stand unless the person who is forcing you is standing over you. So after his plan was rejected, then Satan rebelled, and Michael and his angels, again here it says that it was Michael and his angels, which also lends credence to the theory that Michael is in fact the general, or the one who is over all the angels, the commander of the armies of heaven. So he is the one who defended our right to choose whether or not we would serve the Lord or what we would do for ourselves. So now the question I asked at the beginning was, who is Michael? Who was he before he was Michael the Archangel? And this is really, really interesting, which is one of the reasons why I decided to start a YouTube channel about these things. So the section that I have found that tells who Michael is found in Doctrine and Covenants, the book written by Joseph Smith, the prophet, and it is in section 27, verse 11, and it says, "And also with Michael, or Adam, the father of all, the prince of all, the Ancient of Days." The Ancient of Days was the title of Adam, the very first man who was placed on this earth by the Lord. So Adam himself is Michael. So I have not been able to find the reference exactly. I'll look that up later, and if anyone is curious about that, and I will post it in the comments below. But there is another reference that says that when Adam died, then he received the name of Michael from the Lord. And that is interesting, because there is another book that states, and I will discuss this in more detail in a different video, but there is a book called The Way to Perfection, and in it, then it describes that when you die, then when you receive your position in heaven and are rewarded for the things that you have done, then you receive a white stone and a new name, a heavenly name, one that is yours and yours alone. But the thing is that Michael was actually discussed in the scriptures before the world was. The rebellion in heaven happened before Adam came down to this world. So he already had that name, but it was given back to him when he took back his position that he had. When he came down to the earth, then he had to give up his position as the Archangel so that he could come to the earth and to have the family that he had and to help the human race begin. There is actually more to discuss about this, but some of these things are my own theories, so if you are interested in that, go ahead and let me know in the comments below, and I will make another video detailing some of the things that I have both discovered and learned from those who have studied these things for longer than I have. I have the wonderful privilege of being able to learn from those who are really, really smart about these things. They have studied so many things, they have made a lot of connections, and I don't understand all of them yet. One of the reasons I am doing this YouTube channel is to document my journey into discovering these things, and I would like to share these things with as many people as would like to hear them. So if you are interested, then this channel will be focused on things of religion and my own beliefs, as well as things that I have read and studied about the books that have been brought out. Now, some of these beliefs I may not share, but I think it is important to pull from all the sources that I have in order to give as much information as I am able. So if you agree or disagree, go ahead and let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. Go ahead and subscribe if you want. And this is my first video, so I do not know quite what my schedule will be, but I am going to school right now, so it will probably be something along the lines of every other Monday. I will take the weekend to edit the video, and then I will post it the next Monday. And I hope that this has brightened your day or taught you something about these things. Whether you believe it or not, these stories are very interesting, so I enjoy sharing them with you. And until next time, I'll see ya.